Good day everyone, my name is Marjon and this is a paper review of application of fuzzy logic by Ms. Komal and Mrs. Rupali. So, let's proceed. The paper that I will be reviewing for today is Application of Fuzzy Logic, a review by Ms. Komal B. Aplenchuar and Ms. Rupaldi S. Cocate. This paper tackles fuzzy logic, but what is fuzzy logic? Fuzzy logic deals with reasoning and decision-making that involves degrees of truth rather than true or false. It was initiated by Sir Lofty Azadeh in 1965. He is considered as a father of fuzzy logic. Who has done the work? Ms. Komal B. Aplenchuar holds a master's degree of technology in electronics engineering, and Ms. Rupali S. Cocate specialized in very large-scale integration and embedded system. What were their goals, objectives? The primary objective was to illustrate the extensive application areas of fuzzy logic, spanning across computer science, artificial intelligence, control theory, medicine, engineering, and behavioral science. This section aims to showcase the broad utility of fuzzy logic across the diverse domain. What were their research questions, if any? While there is no explicit question provided, a potential question arising from the study might be, what are the primary application areas of fuzzy logic and how does fuzzy logic contribute to simplifying complex problems in the various fields? What were their methods in terms of but not limited to? How have they gathered the relevant data? As a review, the study didn't involve gathering participants. Instead, they reviewed relevant literature extracting key information and findings. How do they develop the model for fuzzy logic? They identified areas applying fuzzy logic basing their approach on fuzzy interference system, consisting of stages, which is falsifier, interference, and defalsifier. But what is falsifier? Falsifier crypts input data such as numerical values are transformed into linguistic variable or fuzzy set that represent the degrees of membership to different categories or linguistic terms. Inference, typically in the form of if-then statement, are used to describe the relationship between input variables and output variables. These rules capture expert knowledge or empirical relationship within the system. And lastly, the defalsifier, which has a goal of defalsification to obtain a single actionable output value from fuzzy output sets, which can be used to control the system or make decisions. What were their findings? The study assessed various applications of fuzzy interference system in different domains. These are the domains. First one is chemical science. Control system for pipeline protection. They use a fuzzy control system which help in applying current to anode connected series in order to protect pipelines. They also use fuzzy logic in pH neutralization in water flow. In healthcare industry, they use fuzzy logic to address the vagueness present in clinical practice and guidelines. They also use fuzzy logic in weed disease and pest management, proven by 2 studies of integrated disease management in finger millets and professional system for potato crops. This shows an immense contribution of fuzzy logic in agriculture. Also, in soil science, they use fuzzy logic to classify which soil is a very deep soil, or a shallow soil. In traffic engineering, fuzzy logic is applied to traffic signal control system in order to optimize traffic flow and reduce congestion. Next is petroleum exploration or production. Fuzzy logic is used in various aspects of petroleum exploration and production, such as finding reservoir, characterization, and drilling optimization. In household appliances, fuzzy logic is also applied in washing machine and dishwasher to reduce consumption of water and time. There is also a study that air conditioners use fuzzy logic for effective temperature and humidity management. Operation research, they use fuzzy logic in transportation and production in order to minimize the cost. In environment science, fuzzy logic is also being used to assist on flood prediction and earthquake detection. In machining, effective consumption on machine tools is reduce the overall cost of manufacturing. What are the gaps in their studies or findings? There are some areas mentioned in the study that lacks of citation from the literature, such as soil science and petroleum explorations or production, that cannot be found in the content of those areas. And that is the end of presentation. Thank you for staying until the end.